Every lap, every race, every bit of paint traded for every hard-fought place. Every checkered flag and trophy raised. Every ounce of dirt, sweat, and gears. They're all jammed inside every can of NOS Energy. Go ahead, open up a can.
It's ARP fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
DIRTVision would like to thank our friends at Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts for helping us get from track to track.
Dirt, grit, grime. Your truck, your toys, your weekend warriors. They take a beating and bring the dirt. Land that brings unstoppable cleaning power built to conquer any grime from the track to your garage. Built for the relentless, built for the outlaws. Clean what matters. Be Whamda tough.
Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
DIRTVision presents World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, the pinnacle of dirt track racing. Featuring sprint car racing's best drivers, biggest races.
Damon Travel is the King's Royal Champion. Slide up in front of Cowboy, and at the line, Cowboy gets the win.
And best coverage.
Welcome back to the greatest show on dirt.
You wanted the best. You got them for a rest.
DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
Live from the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds, a sold-out crowd readies for the first World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series visit to the Plymouth Dirt Track in 20 years. It kicks off a triple header in Wisconsin for the greatest show on dirt. Welcome into DIRTVision's live coverage, everyone. My name is Connor Wade. The Plymouth Dirt Track, a beautiful facility, 39 cars in the pit area, and a grandstand that was sold out yesterday afternoon. It all kicks off this weekend in Wisconsin. Plymouth tonight, Saturday at Beaver Dam Raceway, and then Sunday, of course, at Angel Park in Sun Prairie. Ready to get things started at Plymouth tonight. First trip for the Outlaws here in 20 years. A lot of stories, as always. We're going to kick things off on DIRTVision talking about the most recent series race. 2 nights ago, Jackson Motorplex in Minnesota. So let's go back and look at the highlights from Wednesday night.
The fence showdown at the Jackson Motorplex, working to the starting line. Pace picks up, green flag waves. This one's underway. Kerry Madsen immediately to the lead. He'll bring the field down into the first set of turns. Here comes Macedo looking for that lead as they come off of turn 2.
Kelby Watt, Buddy Copewood going at it, but now the battle for the lead. Macedo to the high side in 3 and 4, but the Madman will lead lap number 1, and David Gravel gaining on the lead duo.
Top 3 breaking away. Kelby Watt runs 4th. Buddy Copewood rounds out the front 5. Carson Macedo staying right there with your race leader, taking a look to the outside of Kerry Madsen. We're side by side for the lead.
Madsen has the top spot as they cross the line, but Macedo is right there with him. The lap time still in the mid 13-second bracket, and now Madsen pulling away just a bit. Caution on the speedway. Car slowing on the inside of corner number 3. It's the 28M of Connor Morell. Back under green flag conditions, Macedo stays with leader Kerry Madsen as the rest of the field fans out. But Kelby Watt sideways in turn number 1, gathers it back in, but that allowed Buddy Copewood to move by. Copewood now up to the 4th spot.
Trying to chase down David Gravel for 3rd is the driver of the Roth Enterprises car, number 83. Top 4 cars breaking away just a little bit. Kerry Madsen coming up on fellow Australian. The 55 AU of Alex Adard, and that allows the 41 of Carson Macedo to very quickly close in on your race leader. The battle for the lead into turn 3 and off of turn number 4.
Macedo looks low. Madsen trying to get by Adard, now trying to make the pass into turn number 1, a little bit more breathing room, and now David Gravel getting closer to Carson Macedo. Macedo can't get by Adard on the outside in turn number 2, and here comes the defending World of Outlaws champion. Now Buddy Copewood will look to the inside of David Gravel for 3rd in traffic as Gravel makes his way by Adard, and Macedo once again right there with your race leader, Kerry Madsen.
They'll go into turn number 3, closing in on the 11 of TJ Stutz. Madsen drifts off of turn number 4. Carson Macedo with an opportunity as they head to turn number 1.
Macedo, 1 car length behind Madsen, will look to the inside out of turn number 2. Battle for the top spot into turn 3. Give it to Carson Macedo.
What an aggressive move to get to the inside there. Here comes David Gravel to the inside of Madsen. Side by side for the 2nd spot. Madsen will slam the door right in Gravel's face. Final lap begins right now for Carson Macedo at the fence showdown. Kerry Madsen trailing him still right at that 0.6 of a second. They'll exit turn number 2, head down the back straightaway and into turn 3 for the final time.
Kerry Madsen not close enough to try anything desperate in the final set of corners, and it will be Carson Macedo winning the fence showdown. Kerry Madsen 2nd, David Gravel 3rd, Buddy Copewood 4th, and Chris Windham in 5th.
So Carson Macedo wins tonight's winner at Jackson Motorplex. David Gravel, the series point leader, on the podium as well. We kicked off Wade's World tonight congratulating Jason Johnson Racing on 75 wins in their history with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. That goes all the way back to when Jason Johnson himself brought the team on the road against the greatest show on dirt. After Jason tragically passed away in 2018, Philip and Brooke Dietz have turned the team into one of the best teams in all of sprint car racing and is a nightly contender for victories. Carson Macedo, as you take a look at the list, with the overwhelming majority of those wins for JJR at 45. David Gravel got 19 wins for the team, including the big Knoxville Nationals that one year. Jason Johnson got 10 himself before he passed away, and Shane Stewart with that 1 win in 2020. 75 wins, a very special milestone for Jason Johnson Racing that means a lot to the entire organization, especially Philip Dietz and his driver, Carson Macedo.
Well, I mean, I think it goes all the way back to Jason Johnson. 75 wins is pretty incredible. What he built back in, a long time ago, but when they got on the road, it was 2015 when they started racing on the World of Outlaw Tour full time, and from, basically in 10 years to win 75 races is pretty incredible, with several different drivers. That says a lot about what Philip does, behind the scenes on the crew chief side of things, and just the team that Jason built, and then the team that now Philip and Brooke have maintained, Jason and Bobby, and it's been a family affair, a family effort, and I think that it feels really good to continue to carry on the JJR legacy and keep putting the 41 and Jason Johnson Racing in victory lane, just to remind people of the kind of person Jason was. And we're really thankful. It would be really cool to get JJR to 100 wins. I think that's definitely possible, and we just got to stay in the mentality, keep our heads down, and work hard to get there.
So you heard Carson say in that interview, the next goal for that team, 100 wins. So we'll see if they can get yet another milestone. Their last 2 wins have been milestone wins. Atomic was Carson's 50th career win, and then Jackson the 75th for JJR. So we congratulate everybody involved in that organization over the years. So with Minnesota in the rearview mirror for now, the Outlaws turn to this 3-race swing in Wisconsin. 3 exciting racetracks that kicks off tonight with the Plymouth Dirt Track. The Outlaws have raced here twice in series history. 2004 and 2005, Joey Saldana and Tim Kading were the winners. But everybody that's raced here as of late, as far as drivers go, says to expect a racy surface and a big curb at the top of 3 and 4 here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. So excited to see what we have in store here for tonight. We've been looking forward to this Wisconsin swing ever since the schedule came out last year, but somebody's been looking forward to it maybe a little bit more than our DIRTVision crew, and that is the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylod, the Wisconsin native who got his first career win in Wisconsin with the Outlaws several years ago, coming into 3 racetracks that he succeeds at. 47 career wins combined at the 3 racetracks the Outlaws are going to race at this weekend, and Bill looking for that second career Outlaw win in the state of Wisconsin, and his second of 2025, comes in hoping to please his Wisconsin faithful this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great fan base here. You know, it's the weather's going to be awesome. It's just, you know, it's good for us personally here, our team. But yeah, it's just going to be an exciting weekend. Some probably a little smaller tracks. Beaver Dam's probably kind of a medium-sized track, but just been coming here forever. It's a place where they've kind of adopted me. We've had some success here. You know, we've lost a lot of races too, so it's a very sprint car passionate place, and yeah, it's just a neat track surface. Usually there's not much dust. You know, we're pretty fortunate here in Wisconsin at a lot of these racetracks. I feel like it's you know, just good track surfaces.
Bill Baylod's merch trailer has had a line all the way down the entire midway all afternoon here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. So these Wisconsin fans are excited to see if Bill can deliver yet another memorable Outlaw win here this evening. Well, the sprint car world has been buzzing today about Travis Arenz. Prior to last night, Travis Arenz had never ran a national sprint car race in his career. But last night at the high limit race at 141, which is about 45 minutes from here, Arenz shocking the field, driving by some of the best sprint car drivers on the bottom of the racetrack and driving to possibly the biggest upset in the history of National Tour sprint car racing. Hard to believe, I'm sure, but Travis Arenz, not even 24 hours after that win, still speechless and now ready to take the next step of making his debut with the World of Outlaws.
We started here in a 4-cylinder with an open trailer. We won a track championship. I finally moved up to a sport mod, won a track championship in a sport mod up at 141 actually. Jumped into 360 here. Won a two track championships here. Won the traveling MSA series track championship. And then I decided, well, it's time to move up to the fourth ends. I'm pretty excited. I mean, after last night's speed we had, I'm kind of curious to see what we can do at my home track. I mean, this track does so much different stuff every time we've been here, you know. So I think it's going to be a good track, pretty hammered down, wide, and it's going to be pretty exciting. You got to be on top of your game every single step. These guys race for a living, where most of us IRA guys, you know, we work 40, 50 hours a week, and it's not going to be easy. It ain't going to be easy, that's for sure.
I think everybody on this facility thrilled to see Travis Arenz make his Outlaw debut here tonight. Prior to last night, let's take a look at this. Last night actually just his 66th start of his career in a 410 sprint car. Mostly been a 360 guy here in the area throughout his career, as well as sport mods, some track championships, but 29 career 360 wins. That includes 2 MSA sprint car titles. He does have 2 410 sprint car wins in those short 66 races, those coming against the IRA. One of those was earlier this season prior to that big win with High Limit last night. Definitely shocking the world. Whenever they pushed Travis's car off for engine heat down the front straightaway here just a couple moments ago, the crowd roared. So everybody excited to see Arenz potentially have more magic and make his World of Outlaws NOS Energy Sprint Car Series debut here this evening. Kyle Larson is in the field tonight as well, so it's no surprise that he is the odds-on betting favorite. They have him at plus 288. David Ravel right behind him at plus 478. Buddy Kofoid at plus 825. Rico Abreu's been good lately, plus 1627. Can never count out Donnie Schatz, especially at a racetrack he ran at several years ago, plus 1702. Play for a chance to win real money on the greatest show on dirt by going to playdirtcar.com. Beautiful weather expected all weekend long here in Wisconsin. 70 degrees here just prior to hot laps with a nice 7-mile-per-hour breeze. Not a lot of clouds in the sky right now as the sun sets over the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds. Let's take a look at the order of events for our program this evening. It's going to look like this. Hot laps and Honest Abe Roofing qualifying are going to kick things off. 360 sprint cars are on the card as well after qualifying. We'll take a quick break for opening ceremonies after that. 39 cars, so 4 10-lap heats for the greatest show on dirt tonight. That's going to be followed by the Toyota Dash Draw. 3 8-lap heat races for the 360 sprint cars on the card. An 8-lap Toyota Dash will set the starting lineup for the front 3 rows of tonight's Outlaw feature. The Last Chance Showdown, 12 laps in distance, will set the starting lineup for the last 2 rows of that feature. Whenever we get to feature action, 25 laps for the 360 sprint cars there up first. 35 laps and $12,000 to win for the Outlaws in their first visit to the Plymouth Dirt Track since 2005. Cars are in the hot chute ready to push out for hot laps. The Hall of Famer John Gibson up in the booth is ready to go. He is going to bring hot laps from the Plymouth Dirt Track for the first time in 20 years on the other side of this DIRTVision commercial break.
The World of Outlaws return to Houston June 18th through the 21st with a BillionAuto.com High Bank Nationals presented by Menards. The week kicks off June 18th with the world's best drivers battling for $100,000 in the Houston's Hustle. The stakes are raised Friday and Saturday with the finale paying $250,000. Get your tickets today at HoustonSpeedway.com. 4 consecutive action-packed nights with the greatest show on dirt. It's the BillionAuto.com Houston's High Bank Nationals presented by Menards June 18th through the 21st.
If this is your idea of ladylike, you're gonna fit right in. Join us at Toyota Racing.
Real American beer, a brand new national treasure.
Cars making their way into the staging lane for the first of 3 practice sessions for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Anytime we have 38 or more cars signed in for competition, we go 2 flights of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. First driver on the speedway from Northport, Florida, the Global Link Moxie Creative Products Group, number 24D of Danny Sams III. Also moving towards staging from Minden, Nevada, the Rod Gross Motorsports, JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium Maximum Oil, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. And to his outside, a World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender from Bradenton, Florida, the Tub of Tiles, Amalie Oil, USA Steel Fence, Autoloads.com, number 28M, Connor Morrell. The 10-time World of Outlaws champion from Fargo, North Dakota, behind the wheel of the Advanced Auto Parts Curb Martin One Source number 15 is Donnie Schatz. And from Waco, Texas, in the All By Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Berco Redwoods, Bush's Chicken, number 9, Chase Randall. To his inside, car number 41, the most recent World of Outlaws feature winner from Lemoore, California, the All By Your Alternative, MVT, Tarleton & Son, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41 of Carson Macedo. And from West Burlington, Iowa, driving the Land Pride Morning Sun Farm Implement Fendt Massey Ferguson Metalcraft number 49J, Josh Schneiderman. See Rico Abreu out there in car number 24, actually slated for a later warm-up session, firing the engine on that machine. So correction on that, we'll have Abreu out there for this practice session. We'll move Zach Hampton out. We're scheduled for the first practice session in session number 2. Rico Abreu out of St. Helena, California. The Rico Abreu Curb Agajanian Racing, Arc Zone, Jackson Superhero Foundation, Swan Island Sheet Metal, number 24. Opening practice session for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Under green flag conditions for the first of 3 practice sessions for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Lap times coming in the 13-second range. Now Carson Macedo first into the 12s, going to 12:985. Donnie Schatz now tops Macedo. Schatz goes 12:905. And now Carson Macedo back to the top of the speed chart at a 12:681. Chase Randall joining Macedo and Schatz in the 12-second bracket. Now Danny Sams down there as well. Schatz has gone quicker at a 12:802. Tanner Thorson at a 12:814. And now low 12s for Carson Macedo at a 12:397. Chase Randall currently second quick at a 12:622. Caution flag is displayed to the drivers in the first practice session. As we see quite often with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, we'll do a little bit of slow wheel packing and then resume green flag situation for the first practice session. And quite often when we do just a couple of laps of slow wheel packing, you see lap times improving by perhaps a full second or more. Carson Macedo quickest, 12:397. Chase Randall second, 12:622. Donnie Schatz third at a 12:802. Tanner Thorson and Danny Sams round out the top 5 so far in the opening practice session. Look at the 88 of Tanner Thorson, who is currently 4th fastest in this practice session at a 12:814. Thorson, one of many drivers in the field this evening, making his debut at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Caution lights about to go out around the speedway. We will resume practice session number 1. Danny Sams with a 12:150. Tanner Thorson a 12:115. Donnie Schatz 12:047. And Carson Macedo first into the 11s with an 11:837. Carson Macedo, Danny Sams, Donnie Schatz, Tanner Thorson all into the 11-second range. Chase Randall now up to second at 11:887. And Danny Sams to the top of the speed chart, 11:809. Checkered flag waving as Rico Abreu moves into the top 3. Fastest driver in the opening practice session, Danny Sams the third in car number 24D. Lap time of 11.800 seconds. Tanner Thorson second quick, 11:830. Carson Macedo third, 11:837. Rico Abreu and Chase Randall complete the top 5. Second practice session rolling onto the speedway, led out by another Kevin Gobrecht Award contender with the World of Outlaws in 2025 from Sikeston, Missouri. The TK Concrete, Maxim Trucking, Logan Contractor Supply, Zip Bond, Smoker's Choice Cigar Bar, Inland Rigging, number 55, Hunter Schurenberg. And rolling toward the speedway now from Tulsa, Oklahoma, driving the X9 chassis, Bob Hurley, RV Outlaw Wings, Tulsa Sod and Mulch, Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M, it's Reese Moran. Next driver to fire will be another of our Rookie of the Year contenders from Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the C&D Rigging, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Tullis Heating and Cooling, Steve Beitler Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jacks, number 6, it's Zach Hampton. And yet another Rookie of the Year contender from Lemoore, California, aboard the 2C Racing Outlaw Wings Durst Wedge High Performance Carts Kaiser Aluminum Wheels number 2C. That is Cole Macedo. Next to fire off from Waupaca, Wisconsin in the Indian Crossing Casino, Fieldhouse Bar and Grill, SCA Incorporated, Nancy's Flip and Do, number 26, Tyler Tischendorf. And from Fresno, California, in the Logan Contractor Supply, Ted's Body Shop, JMT Trucking, Creative Planning, number 18, Hot Sauce Giovanni Selzy. And from Auckland, New Zealand, in the Flint Trucking, Honest Abe Roofing, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Tony Elliott Foundation, Shark Engines, number 16C, Max Guilford. Second practice session for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Green-white checkered second practice session underway now. Giovanni Selzy, fastest in this session, fastest overall until Cole Macedo takes the top spot away from him. Macedo goes 11.717. Giovanni Selzy now 11.630, Cole Macedo 11.657. Second practice session in the books, fastest driver in that group and now fastest overall in warm-ups in the number 18, Hot Sauce Giovanni Selzy with a time of 11.630 seconds. Cole Macedo second quickest now at 11.657. Danny Sams third, Tanner Thorson fourth, and Carson Macedo rounds out the top five. Third and final practice session for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Rolling onto the speedway now from Kiel, Wisconsin, the Used-Bird Concrete, Taylor Ready Mix, KSI Supply, Brockman's Meat Market, number 3 BK of Billy Kreitz. And from Burlington, Wisconsin, the Waste Clip Pink Roofing, at Thone Utilities, Haven Creek Homes, Antioch Lanes, number 10 via Matt Vanderveer. From Sheboygan, Wisconsin, in the Home Pro Roofing, C.R. Myers, Professional Plating, Scott Thiel Builders, number 51, it's Scotty Thiel. And from Adel, Iowa, the TNS Industries, the Pack Carbless, Right Choice Shear and Corrosion X, number 1K of Kelby Watt. Leading Rookie of the Year contender with the World of Outlaws so far in 2025 from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, King Racing Products, Jim Shuknick, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosco Developers, number 7S, Chris Wyndham. And from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, behind the wheel of the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Parallax Motorsports, MPV Logistics, number 17 GP, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. Final practice session for the drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Under green flag for practice session number 3. Chris Wyndham into the top 3 overall. He just turned in 11.660. Checkered flag waving on the final practice session. Chris Windham, the fastest driver in that third session, third quickest overall in Flight A warm-ups at 11.660 seconds. Giovanni Salzi fastest at 11.630. Cole Macedo second, 11.657. Windham third, Danny Sams fourth, and Tanner Thorson rounds out the top five. Carson Macedo sixth quick. Max Guilford seventh, Rico Abreu eighth, Hunter Schurenberg ninth, and Chase Randall completes the top 10. As we get set for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, it'll work this way. One car at a time on the speedway, 2 consecutive laps on the clock. Faster of those 2 laps scored as that driver's official qualifying time for this evening's race program. The drivers in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying will compete in heat races 1 and 2 this evening. Qualifying order determined by random draw as the drivers signed up for the race program earlier this afternoon. Track record here at the Plymouth Dirt Track set by Parker Price Miller on May 21st of 2022, a time of 10.895 seconds and an average speed of 88.554 miles per hour. For World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series timing and scoring purposes, we measure the Plymouth Dirt Track at slightly less than 0.3 of a mile in distance, 0.268 miles to be exact, and that measurement is made at the midpoint between the inside tire markers and the outside retaining wall. A look at the grandstands that were sold out before the gates even opened here today. Standing room only. Additional grandstands brought in, and a ton of people in the pit area here this evening as pit passes basically all that were available to fans showing up here today. First driver out for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying is the 10-time World of Outlaws champion from Fargo, North Dakota, driving the Advanced Auto Parts Curb Martin One Source. Number 15, here's Donnie Schatz. Donnie Schatz in car number 15. Schatz with 5th place finishes in both of the World of Outlaws previous appearances here in Plymouth. Comes into this evening 6th in the World of Outlaws point standings with 6 top 5 finishes on the year. Lap 1 for Donnie Schatz is an 11.690, 11.690. Second lap time for Donnie Schatz. Faster at an 11.570, 11.570 for the 15 of Donnie Schatz. Next to qualify, the Rookie of the Year contender out of Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the C&D Rigging, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Tully's Heating and Cooling, Steve Beitler Yacht Charters, Hellraiser Jacks number 6. Here's Zach Hampton. Zach Hampton in car number 6. 2 previous appearances here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Best finish 3rd with the IRA Sprint Cars in 2022. First lap time for Zach Hampton is an 11.596, 11.596. Zach Hampton 13th in the World of Outlaws point standings with 4 top 10s on the year. Second time for Zach Hampton is faster. It is still second quick at 11.571, just 1/1000th of a second behind Donnie Schatz at the top of the order for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next driver to make his way out from West Burlington, Iowa, driving the Land Pride, Morning Sun Farm Implement, Fendt Massey Ferguson, Metalcraft number 49J, Josh Schneiderman. Josh Schneiderman in the 49J. Schneiderman way up over the cushion in turn 4, gathers it back in. Schneiderman has 12 career starts here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Best finished 2nd with the IRA Sprint Cars in 2022. Opening lap for Josh Schneiderman is a 12.114, 12.114. 3 World of Outlaws starts to his credit this season. Best finish 11th in the Microlight Last Chance Showdown at Kennedale, Texas. Second lap time for Josh Schneiderman is a 12.117. First lap quicker at 12.114. Man who was quick in his group during warm-ups. From Northport, Florida, driving the Global Lake Moxie Creative Products Group, number 24D, here's Danny Sams III. Danny Sams III in the 24D. Sams gets his first look at the Plymouth Dirt Track this evening. 7 appearances this season with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Best finish 10th at Volusia Speedway Park. Lap 1 for Danny Sams. Quick time! 11.460, 11.460. 25 total sprint car starts this season. For Sam's best finish 7th at Tri-City, Illinois. Second lap is an 11.626, but his first lap 11.460, fastest so far in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Moving on to the speedway next from Minden, Nevada, driving the Rod Gross Motorsports, JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium Maximal Oil number 88. Here's Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in car number 88. His debut at Plymouth Dirt Track comes this evening. 2 World of Outlaws starts this season, both at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. He finished 8th as the best of those 2 appearances. His opening lap this evening is 4th quick at 11.782, 117.82. Picked up a PowerEye sprint car win at the Creek County Speedway in Oklahoma earlier this season. Second lap time for Tanner Thorson, second quick at 11.468, 114.668. Second quick now for Tanner Thorson in the 88. Rolling on to the speedway now from Lemoore, California, the all-volume alternative MVT, Tarleton & Sons, Sage Family, Scott Boyd Family, Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, number 41, Carson Macedo. Carson Macedo in the number 41. Macedo seeing the Plymouth Dirt Track for the first time this evening, currently 3rd in the World of Outlaws point standings, got his 4th win of the season on Wednesday night over at the Jackson Motorplex, also has 15 top 5 finishes to his credit. His opening lap this evening is 3rd quick at 11.491, 11491. Second lap time for Carson Macedo. Quick time, 11.399, 11399. Carson Macedo now the fastest in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Next to hit the speedway from Waco, Texas, driving the all-volume alternative infamous Inc. Bearco Redwoods, Bush's Chicken number 9. Here's Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the number 9. Randall finished 19th in his only World of Outlaws appearance of the 2025 season. That came at the Knoxville Raceway. First lap time for Chase Randall is 4th quick, 11.479, 11479. 20 total sprint car starts under his belt in 2025. Best finish 4th at Texas Motor Speedway. Second lap time for Chase Randall is an 11.522. First lap better at 11.479 seconds. Another of the World of Outlaws Kevin Gobrecht Award contenders rolls out now from Lemoore, California. The 2C Racing Outlaw Wings, Durst Wedge High Performance Carts, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 2C of Cole Macedo. Cole Macedo in the number 2C. Macedo making his Plymouth Dirt Track debut, enters this evening's action 12th in the World of Outlaws point standings. He has 3 top 5 finishes this season. His first lap time is 5th quick at 11.537, 11537. Cole's younger brother Carson just went to the top of the speed chart. Should say Cole's older brother Carson. Second lap for Cole Macedo, 11.714. First lap better, 11.537. Cole Macedo currently 5th fastest. Next to power up for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying from Waupaca, Wisconsin, in the Indian Crossing Casino Fieldhouse Bar and Grill, SCA Incorporated. Nancy's Flippin' Do, number 26, Tyler Tischendorf. Tyler Tischendorf in the number 26. A lot of lap here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. 48 previous starts. Best finish 3rd with the MSA 360s in 2021. Finished 24th in IRA action here on May 27th of this season. Lap 1 for Tischendorf, 12.237, 12237. 22nd in IRA action, the best of his 3 total sprint car appearances this year. Second lap time for Tischendorf is a 12.533. First lap better at 12.237. Firing up next from Fresno, California, driving the Logan Contractor Supply, Ted's Body Shop, JMT Trucking, Creative Planning, number 18, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Giovanni Selzy in car number 18. Selzy has 1 previous start here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, a 3rd place run with the All-Star Circuit of Champions back in 2020. Currently 7th in the World of Outlaws point standings. His first lap time is 5th quick at an 11.494, 11494. Selzy with 1 World of Outlaws feature win this season, 6 top 5 finishes. Second lap for Giovanni Selzy, better, still 4th quick at 11.493, 11493. Next to make his way onto the speedway, driving the Flint Trucking, Honest Abe Roofing, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Tony Elliott Foundation, Shark Racing Engines number 16C, Max Guilford. Max Guilford in the 16C. Guilford, a third-place finish here last year in IRA Sprint Car Competition, the best of 3 career starts here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. First lap time for Matt Guilford is a 12:09.212.092. Guilford finished second with Moa at Jacksonville, Illinois, his best of 14 starts in the States this season. Second lap time for Max Guilford improves to an 11:09.75, 1:19.75, still ninth of 11 Honest Abe Roofing qualifiers so far in Flight A. Hitting the speedway next from St. Helena, California, the Rico Abreu Curb Agachanian and Racing ArcZone.com, Jackson Superhero Foundation, Swan Island Sheet Metal number 24. Here's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the number 24. Picked up a win here at the Plymouth Dirt Track with the All-Star Circuit of Champions back in 2023. 2 career starts at this facility. Lap 1 for Rico is 9th quick, 11:618, 1:1618. 7 wins on the 2025 season, including one with the World of Outlaws at the Knoxville Raceway. Second lap for Rico Abreu, quick time, 11:385, 1:1385. Rico Abreu now quickest in car number 24. Next on to the speedway from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the X9 chassis, Bob Hurley RV Outlaw Wings, Tulsa Sodded Mulch Rainbow Nut Butter, number 22M Reese Moran. Reese Moran in car number 22M. 7 starts this season with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Best finish 15th at Kennedale, Texas. Opening lap for Reese Moran is 10th quick at 11:728, 1:1728. Best overall finish this season for Moran, 4th with the Power Eye Sprint Cars at I-37 Raceway in Texas. Second lap time for Reese Moran is an 11:908. First lap quicker at 11.728 seconds. Next on to the speedway, World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender out of Sykeston, Missouri, in the TK Concrete Maxim Trucking Logan Contractor Supply Zip-On Smoker's Choice Cigar Bar Inland Rigging, number 55, Hunter Schurenberg. Hunter Schurenberg in the 55. 4 previous appearances at the Plymouth Dirt Track for Schurenberg. The best of those was a 6th place run with the All-Stars in 2022. Lap 1 for Hunter Schurenberg, 10th quick, 11:721, 1:720. Schurenberg sitting 11th in the World of Outlaws point standings, 1 top 5 and 7 top 10s on the season. Second lap for Hunter Schurenberg is better at 11:614, 1:1614, still 10th fastest in Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Rolling out next from Burlington, Wisconsin, the Waste Clip Pink Roofing, Thone Utilities, Haven Creek Homes, Antioch Lanes, number 10V of Matt Vanderveer. Matt Vanderveer in car number 10V. Green flag waving for Vanderveer, whose best career finish at the Plymouth Dirt Track was a 4th place run with the MSA in 2023. First lap for Matt Vanderveer is a 12:325, 1:2325. Vanderveer has 6 starts to his credit this season, best finished 17th on 2 occasions. Second lap time for Matt Vanderveer is a 12:638, first lap faster at 12:325. From Sheboygan, Wisconsin, driving the Home Pro Roofing, C.R. Myers, Professional Plating, Scott Thiel Builders, number 51. Here's Scotty Thiel. Scotty Thiel in car number 51. Thiel owns 9 career victories here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, including one with the MSA on May 17th of this year. 25 top 5s in 48 career starts here. Lap 1 for Scotty Thiel is a 12:129, 1:2129. Wins this season at Butler, Michigan and the 141 Speedway. Second lap time for Scotty Thiel, better at an 11:965, 1:1965. Pushing off next from Adel, Iowa, the TNS Industries, the Pack Carbless Right Choice Shearing Corrosion X number 1K. Here's Kelby Watt. Kelby Watt in car number 1K. Kelby Watt has 2 career appearances at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Best finish 4th with the IRA back on May 17th of this season. Also his best finish in 14 total sprint car starts in 2025. Lap 1 for Kelby Watt goes in 11:9:21, 1:9:21. 6th place finish Wednesday night at Jackson, the best of his 7 appearances with the World of Outlaws this season. Second lap time for Kelby Watt is better. It's an 11:8:08, 1:18:08. Getting underway next from Kiel, Wisconsin, the Eastburg Concrete, Taylor Ready Mix, KSI Supply, Brockman's Meat Market, number 3 BK. It's Billy Kreitz. Billy Kreitz in the 3 BK, making his World of Outlaws debut this evening. Tonight, just his 6th time ever behind the wheel of a 410 sprint car. Top 5 finisher here with the MSA on May 17th of this season. Opening lap for Billy Kreitz will be a 12:7:75, 1:2:7:75. Second lap time for Billy Kreitz, better at a 12:6:68, 1:2:6:68. From Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, in the Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Parallax Motorsports, MPB Logistics, number 17 GP, the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. Tim Schaefer in the 17 GP. 11th place finisher in 2004 with the World of Outlaws. 4 career starts here. Best finish 5th with the IRA last month. Lap 1 for Tim Schaefer is a 12:138, 1:2:138. Wins this season at Sun Prairie and Lernerville, Pennsylvania. Second lap time for Tim Schaefer is a 12:161. First lap a little better at 12:138. And the final driver out for Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying is the leading rookie contender with the World of Outlaws so far in 2025. From Canton, Illinois, driving the NOS Energy Drink King Racing Products. Jim Shupnick, High Performance Lubricants, Phillips and Tosco Developers, number 7S, Chris Wyndham. Chris Wyndham in the number 7S. Third place finish here with the All-Star Circuit of Champions 2 years ago, the best of his 3 career starts at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Lap 1 for Chris Wyndham, 12 quick and 11:7:41, 1:17:41. Wyndham sits 9th in the World of Outlaws point standings. 3 top 5 finishes on the season and 12 top 10s. Second lap for Chris Wyndham is an 11:7:49. First lap faster by 8 1/1000ths of a second, 11:7:41. Flight A of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying in the books. Rico Abreu, the fastest driver, at 11.385 seconds. Carson Macedo second, 11.399. Danny Sams third at 11.460. Tanner Thorson fourth, and Chase Randall rounds out the top 5. Giovanni Selzy sixth, quick. Cole Macedo 7th. Donnie Schatz 8th. Zach Hampton 9th. And Hunter Schurenberg rounds out the top 10 as we get downstairs to Connor Wade.
Rico Abreu always very good here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. 3rd and 1st in his 2 previous races. You and I were just looking at the lap times right here. You noticed how close your and Carson's times were. What's something that can make a difference in lap times like that?
I think just the lateral in the cars, because everyone's running really hard. So a little bit just like grip wise, probably wheel spin could make a little difference there, and just, straight line speed. So, the 41 obviously qualifies really well. So that's good for us to really get that track position in the heat race, and just got to make sure we take off at that line.
All right, Rico Abreu, quick time in Flight A, John.
Thank you, Connor. First flight of practice for the drivers in Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. From Hanover, Pennsylvania, the driving Duramax Federated Auto Parts C&D Rigging Shark Racing, number 1S of Logan Schuhart. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, in the NOS Energy Drink Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, Brent Professional Agriculture, Gainbridge, number 7BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. From New Berlin, Wisconsin, the Heiser Automotive, LD's Barbecue, Iron Jock Elko Truck, number 9C of Tommy Colburn. And a Rookie of the Year contender with the World of Outlaws on the inside of that duo there. From Leduc, Alberta, Canada, the Warrior Building Development, Building Packages Direct, Nelson Brothers Construction, Pack Rat Dumpsters, number 99 of Skylar G. From Gravois Mills, Missouri, the Smart Growth Industries, High Performance Lubricants, Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps, number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. And another World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year contender from Columbia, Missouri, the SNS Nationwide CSC Group LRI Eagle Stop Missouri Games Impact Signs Abbott Telecom, number 23 of Garrett Williamson. And from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Team ASE Fuel Me Curb Records Factory Came Brumos Collection, number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. First practice session for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. All 3 practice sessions for Flight B will be of the green-white checkered variety. Skylar G so far the fastest, and now Tyler Courtney takes the top spot at 11.884. Brad Sweet second, Skylar G third. Ayrton Jeniton to the top spot as the checkered flag is displayed. Fastest driver in the first warm-up session for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, the number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. His lap time, 11.852 seconds. Tyler Courtney second quick at 11.884. Brad Sweet third. Skylar G fourth, and Logan Schuhart in fifth. Second group rolling onto the speedway, led out by car number 87A, the Christine Hartman Realtor, Shuffle Bottom Tree Service, the Dispensary, Ludwig & Son Trucking Entry. Driver out of Plymouth, Wisconsin is Austin Hartman. And from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, driving the white cap, JNS Classic C&D Rigging, Randy Shearer, Heating and Plumbing, number 39M, it's Anthony Macri. From Elk Grove, California, the Finley Farms, Falcons Brothers Trucking, Flow Racing, JVI Group, Roto Rooter, number 57 of Kyle Larson. And the native of North Pole, Alaska, who now lives in Heartland, Wisconsin, driving the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, Honest Abe Roofing, Brockman's Meat Market, KSI Supply, Rockville Bar and Grill, Indian Motorcycle of Metro Milwaukee, number 17B, the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. And from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile One, Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, number 83 of Buddy Kofoid. And from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, driving the Happy Hooker Charters, BMRE Electric Carts, St. Nick's Chimney Service, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 47, it's Todd King. Second practice session, Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. We wave the green flag on the second practice session for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Buddy Kofoid into the top 5, turning an 11.925. Kyle Larson to the top of the speed chart at 11.812. Kofoid tops Larson, goes 11.685. And Larson takes the top spot right back with an 11.614. Fastest driver in that practice session, fastest so far in Flight B, Kyle Larson in the 57, 11.614 seconds. Buddy Kofoid's second quick, 11.685. Ayrton Jennison, Tyler Courtney, and Brad Sweet round out the top 5 as the final practice session of the evening rolls onto the speedway, led out by car number 25T, the Professional Plating Service One Transportation, Don and Lynn Keel, Whitcock Funeral Services, Oostburg Concrete Entry, driver out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Travis Arenz. And from Santa Rosa, California, in the Velocity Engineering, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, GR8, Dirt Dudes Excavating, IBC number 19, Joel Myers Jr. From Worcester, Ohio, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Frozen Farmer Maximal Oil, number 17, Sheldon Hot and Shield. And from Franklin, Indiana, the WCI Petrie Excavating, KPM number 27 of Emerson Axum. Rookie of the Year contender from Bradenton, Florida, the Tubba Tiles Amelie Oil, USA Steel Fence, Autoloads.com, number 28M of Connor Morrell. And the defending World of Outlaws champion, the current series points leader from Watertown, Connecticut, the Houston Speedway, BillionAuto.com, Jackson Motorplex, Prosper Real Estate Investments, JRC Transportation, number 2, David Gravel. Final practice session of the evening for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Green-white checkered practice session. The drivers in the final portion of Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. David Gravel up to the 6th spot at 11.896. And Sheldon Hodenshield goes quickest at 11.543. David Gravel now to the 3rd spot at 11.685. Fastest driver in that practice session, fastest overall in practice for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, the number 17 of Sheldon Hodenshield. His lap time 11.543 seconds. Kyle Larson second at 11.614. David Gravel third, 11.685. Buddy Kofoid and Ayrton Jennison round out the top 5 as we get set now for our Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying. Everybody looking to top Rico Abreu's 11.385 from Flight A. Three straight nights of World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series action here in the state of Wisconsin. Tomorrow night, we move down to the Beaver Dam Raceway for the running of the JB Jim Boyd Memorial. And then we wrap it all up on Sunday evening with the second ever appearance at the Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie. The World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying underway. First driver out from New Berlin, Wisconsin, the Heiser Automotive LD's Barbecue Iron Jog Elko Truck, number 9C of Tommy Colburn. Tommy Colburn in the number 9C. His 12th place finish with the IRA on May 17th equaled his career best of 17 starts at Plymouth Dirt Track. Also the best of his 5 overall starts this season, way up out of shape in turns 3 and 4. Lap 1 on the 13, 225, 13225. Second lap time for Tommy Colburn is a 12.511, 12.511. Next to hit the speedway from Hanover, Pennsylvania in the Dryden Duramax Federated Auto Parts C&D Rigging Shark Racing number 1S, it's Logan Schuhart. Logan Schuhart in car number 1S. Schuhart seeing the Plymouth Dirt Track for the first time in his career this evening. 4th in the series point standings, 2 victories and 15 top 5 finishes this season. First lap time for Logan Schuhart. Quickest in flight B at 11.71811, 718. Second lap time for Logan Schuhart. Faster at 11.592, 11592. Quickest so far for the 1S of Logan Schuhart. Next to hit the speedway from Grass Valley, California, the Napa Team ASE Fuel Me Curb Records Factory Came Brumos Collection, number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet in car number 49. One previous appearance here at the Plymouth Dirt Track. It came in USAC Midget Competition back in 2007. Did not qualify for the feature that evening. 5 World of Outlaws starts this year. Best finish 4th at Volusia Speedway Park. Lap number 1 for the Big Cat is second quick, 11.635, 11635. 2 victories on the 2025 season. The 5-time World of Outlaws champion. Second lap time for Brad Sweet, 11.710. First lap better at 11.635. Next underway, the Rookie of the Year contender out of Columbia, Missouri, the SNS Nationwide CSC Group LRI Eagle Stop Missouri Games Impact Signs Abbott, Telecom number 23 of Garrett Williamson. Garrett Williamson in the number 23. Williamson enters the weekend 10th in the World of Outlaws point standings with 7 top 10 finish on the season. Makes his Plymouth Dirt Track debut tonight, and his opening lap time is third quick at 11.820, 11820. Second lap time for Garrett Williamson improves to an 11.796, 11796. From Crabboys Mills, Missouri, the Smart Growth Industries High Performance Lubricants Ozark Barge and Dock Wet Steps, number 3 of Ayrton Jeniton. Ayrton Jeniton in car number 3. Yet another driver making his Plymouth Dirt Track debut this evening. 3 World of Outlaws starts in 2025. Best finish 16th in a Microlight Last Chance Showdown at I-55. Lap 1 for Jeniton is third quick, 11.755, 11755. 15 total sprint car starts this season. Best finish second with Power Eye at Lake Ozark. Second lap time for Ayrton Jeniton at 11.862. First lap quicker at 11.755 seconds. Next to hit the speedway from Indianapolis, Indiana, driving the NOS Energy Drink, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Spire Motorsports, Brandt Professional Agriculture, Gamebridge number 7 BC. Here's Sunshine Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. 5th place finishes here with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 2021 and 2023. The best of his 4 career starts at this racetrack. His first lap time is third quick, 11.674, 11674. 6 appearances this year with the World of Outlaws. Best finish third at the Tri-State Speedway in Hobstadt, Indiana. Second lap time for Sunshine is quick time, 11.545, 11545. Quick time for the 7 BC of Tyler Courtney. Making his way onto the speedway next, Rookie of the Year contender out of Leduc, Alberta, Canada. In the Warrior Building Development, Building Packages Direct, Nelson Brothers Construction, Pack Rat Dumpsters, number 99, Skylar G. Skylar G in the number 99. G has 3 career starts at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Best finished 10th in 2019 with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Opening lap for Skylar G is an 11.874, 11874. G is 14th in the World of Outlaws point standings. Does have 2 top 5 finishes this season and 4 top 10s. Second lap time for Skylar G is better at 11.867, 11867. Next to make his way out for Honest Abe Roofing qualifying, last season's World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year from Pen Grove, California, in the Toyota Racing Development, Mobile One, Roth Motorsports, Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation number 83. Here's Buddy Kofoid. Buddy Kofoid in car number 83. Kofoid finished 7th here with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 2023 in his only previous appearance at the Plymouth Dirt Track. He is 2nd in the World of Outlaws point standings with 4 victories and 10 top 5s this year. His opening lap this evening, third quick, 11.596, 11596. Second lap time for Buddy Kofoid. Second quick at 11.563, 1:15.63. Second quickest for the 83 of Buddy Kofoid. Out next, the Alaskan native who now calls Heartland, Wisconsin home. He drives the Anderson's Pure Maple Syrup, Honest Abe Roofing, Brockman's Meat Market, KSI Supplier, Kreitz's Rockville Bar and Grill, Indian Motorcycle of Metro Milwaukee, number 17B, the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. Bill Baylog in the 17B. 22 wins at the Plymouth Dirt Track, 20 of them with the IRA, 2 with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Lap number 1 for Bill Baylog. Fifth quick, 11.703, 1:17.03. World of Outlaws feature winner earlier this season in Talladega, Alabama, currently 8th in the series point standings. Second lap time for Bill Baylog. Fourth quick at 11.600, 1:16.00. Fourth quick for Bill Baylog. Underway next from Plymouth, Wisconsin in the Christine Hartman Realtor, Shuffle Bottom Tree Service, the Dispensary, Ludwig & Son Trucking, 87A. It's Austin Hartman. Austin Hartman in the 87A. .44 career starts at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Best finish 7th last year with the IRA. He was 6th in the B-Main with the IRA here on May 17th. Opening lap for Austin Hartman is a 12.574, 1:2.574. 6 starts to his credit this season. Best finish 9th up at the 141 Speedway. Second lap time for Austin Hartman is 9th quick at the 12.297, 1:2.297. From Elk Grove, California, in the Finley Farms, Falcons Brothers Trucking, Flow Racing, JVI Group, Roto Rooter, number 57. Here's Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. Larson is undefeated in his career here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, picking up a win in 2020 in his only previous appearance here. 3 World of Outlaws victories among his 4 total in 2025. First lap time for Kyle Larson. Quick time, 11.449, 1:14.49. Second lap time for Kyle Larson is 11.569. First lap, 11.449. Quickest so far in Flight B for the 57 of Kyle Larson. Next to make his way onto the Speedway from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, driving the Whitecap J&S Classic C&D Rigging, Randy Shearer, Heating and Plumbing, number 39M. Here's Anthony Macri. Anthony Macri in the 39M. Macri, a 4th place finish with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 2023. 7 wins on the season, including one with the World of Outlaws at the Williams Grove Speedway. Macri on lap number 1 goes 7th quick, 11.681, 1:1.681. Second lap time for Anthony Macri is an 11.741. First lap faster at 11.681 seconds. 7th of 12 qualifiers in Flight B so far. Next to hit the racetrack from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the Happy Hooker Charters, PMRE Electric Carts, St. Nick's Chimney Service, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, number 47. It's Todd King. Todd King in the number 47. Todd King, an IRA sprint car winner here in 2015, the best of his 38 career starts at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Finished 2nd with the IRA at 141 Speedway earlier this year. $12.848, 1:2.848. Second lap time for Todd King is a 12.640, 1:2.640. That brings us the defending World of Outlaws champion, the current series points leader from Watertown, Connecticut in the Houston Speedway, BillionAuto.com, Jackson Motorplex, Prosper Real Estate Investments, JRC Transportation, number 2, David Gravel. David Gravel in car number 2. Gravel debuting at Plymouth Dirt Track this evening, leads the nation with 8 sprint car victories this season. 24 top 5 finishes, has him out in front of the World of Outlaws point standings by 190 points. First lap time for David Gravel, 7th quick, 11.671, 1:1.671. Second lap time for David Gravel is an 11.728. First lap better at 11.671 seconds. Underway next. From Santa Rosa, California, the Velocity Engineering, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, GR8, Dirt Dukes Excavating, IBC number 19 of Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers Jr. in the number 19. 2 IRA wins last year and 2 third place finishes, the best of his 4 career appearances here at Plymouth. Lap number 1 for Joel Myers is 12th quick, 11.942, 11.942. IRA winner at Wilmot, 360 win at Placerville, California this season. Second lap time for Myers goes 11.950. First lap better at 11.942. Clocking in next from Franklin, Indiana, driving the WCIP Tree Excavating KPM number 27. This is Emerson Axum. Emerson Axum in the number 27. Gets his first look at Plymouth Dirt Track this evening. 20 starts this season with the World of Outlaws. Best finished third at Lawton, Oklahoma. Lap 1 for Emerson Axum is an 11.999, 11.999. Overall, best finish this season, second place at the Knoxville Raceway. Second lap time is a 12.026. First lap better at 11.999 seconds. The man who was fastest in practice for Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying pushes to the speedway now. From Worcester, Ohio, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting Frozen Farmer, Maximal Oil, number 17 of Sheldon Hodenshield. Sheldon Hodenshield in the number 17. His first time at the Plymouth Dirt Track, 5th in the World of Outlaws point standings, 2 wins on the season to go along with 13 top 5 finishes. Lap 1 for Sheldon Hodenshield is 9th quick at 11.739, 11.739. Second lap time for Sheldon Hodenshield is an 11.869, first lap better at 11.739 seconds. From Sheboygan, Wisconsin, the professional plating Service One Transportation, Don and Lynn Keel, Whitcock Funeral Services, Oostburg Concrete, number 25T, Travis Arenz. Travis Arenz in the 25T. His first appearance with the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. He has 18 career wins here at the Plymouth Dirt Track, including one with the IRA on May 17th. First lap time for Travis Arenz is 15th quick at 12.112, 12.112. 91 career starts at the Plymouth Dirt Track. To his credit, second lap time is a 12.234, first lap faster at 12.112 seconds. Final Honest Abe Roofing qualifier rolls out now. The Rookie of the Year contender out of Bradenton, Florida, in the Tub of Towels, Emily Oil, USA Steel Fence, Autoloads.com, number 28M. Here's Connor Morrell. Connor Morrell in the 28M. One previous appearance at Plymouth Dirt Track. It came with the All-Star Circuit of Champions in 2023, where he finished 8th in the B main. Lap 1 for Connor Morrell is a 12.125, 12.125. Second lap time for Connor Morrell is a 12.226, first lap faster at 12.125. Flight B of Honest Abe Roofing qualifying is complete. Fastest driver in Flight B, the 57 of Kyle Larson at 11.449 seconds. Tyler Courtney second quick, 11.545. Buddy Kofoid third at 11.563. Logan Schuhart and Bill Baylog round out the top 5. Overall, fastest qualifier this evening, tonight's Simpson Quick Time Award winner from Flight A, the number 24 of Rico Abreu at 11.385 seconds. Downstairs to Connor Wade.
Kyle Larson went out a little bit past halfway in Flight B and set quick time. Good start to your night. How would you describe the feel you have for this racetrack early on?
Yeah, it's the track's really good here. I got to come here in 2020 and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, to get it good to qualify well right there, and hopefully get a good heat here and just set yourself up, good for the rest of the night. So qualifying is so important in sprint car racing, and you're glad to get a quick time in our group.
Kyle Larson chasing Outlaw win number 4 this year, John.
Thank you, Connor Wade, as we get set now for the practice sessions for the Plymouth Dirt Track 360 is the companion class to the World of Outlaws this evening. And with the 360s rolling onto the speedway, the Mohawk Motormouth, Ray Underwood, about to take control of the microphone.
Awesome to be back up here at home, and awesome to be up here with John Gibson and, of course, the World of Outlaws. Greatest show on dirt here, making history tonight, and that is what we are all a part of. It is time for round number 1 of 3 qualifying for the Arenz Auto Plymouth Dirt Track 360s, respectively. We got 22 of them in the house tonight, and we are going to see 8 in round number 1 of our qualifying. A lot of them, the familiar names, your all-stars of dirt cores, the hometown heroes are here. There's the 22B out of Cascade, Wisconsin, Brandon Berth, making a return back out of Waupun, Wisconsin, in the GR8 machine. There is Will Garrett. Scott Grissom out of Winthrop Harbor, Illinois, in the 54G. Bill Taylor out of Boltonville, Wisconsin, in car number 69. Justin Erickson, the silent assassin, out of Plymouth, in car number 3. Caitlin Krebsbach in the Krebsbach Construction, number 08, out of Johnsburg, Wisconsin. Ellie Hensley, another one of those many generational drivers of the Hensley family of racing, out of Trevor, Wisconsin, in the 7C. And multi-time Wisconsin wingless sprint car champion Clayton Russman out of Wadsworth, Illinois, in the 09. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Man, a packed house is always fun, and everybody in the backstretch. And then, of course, over the shoulders of everyone in the backstretch, everyone in their backyards, on the patios, on the decks of the surrounding community, making this not only a family event at the Trek, but outside the walls as well. Kind of like having a whole bunch of people on Waveland Avenue outside of Wrigley Field waiting for that home run. Great to have everybody in the neighborhood involved for tonight's activities. That's the end of our qualifying for heat race number 1 of 3 for our Plymouth Dirt Track 8th grade Auto 360s here tonight. Brandon Berth laying down the fastest lap. Brandon Berth in the 22B laying down a 13.310 at 13.310. That's the fastest time out of group number 1 for Brandon Berth. Clayton Rossman second quick. Ellie Hensley third quick. Will Garrett's fourth fast. And of course, we invert those top 4 cars for heat race number 1. Bill Taylor fifth quick. Scott Grissom sixth quick. Justin Erickson seventh fast. Caitlin Krebsbach rounding out our 8-car heat race number 1 in our PDT, our 8th grade auto qualifying. Heat race number 2, qualifying session number 2, be lining up out there. Chris Clayton out of Waldo, Wisconsin in car number 2. The Tsunami Brady Porchy out of Plymouth, Wisconsin in the 55P. Tony Wondra out of Campbellsport in car number 11. The Geezer Lance Fosbender out of Burnett, Wisconsin in car number 7. Kurt Davis, Hollywood himself out of South Milwaukee in car number 6K. Tristan Furseth returning with a wing on tonight out of Cambridge, Wisconsin in car number 57. And Eric Wilkie out of Genesee, Wisconsin in the Wilkie's Auto Service number 24X. They make up heat race number 2 for our PDTR 360s here tonight on our World of Outlaw night, returning after 20 years away from the historic PDTR. 50-50 ticket sales are going on right now. Don't forget, the more you buy, the better your chances are to win. Hopefully, there's going to be a big old hunk of money for somebody walking out of here a little bit later tonight. So when you see our 50-50 ticket sales reps walking around, be kind to them. They're working their shoes down to the soles for all of you great patrons that are here tonight for our World of Outlaw show at Plymouth. Don't forget to check out the concourse area. History in the making. You don't get a chance to see these guys and gals in the World of Outlaws all the time, so make the most of it tonight. Head down to the pits. If you weren't here for the autograph session earlier, where were you? Seriously. From 3 till 4, the best in the business were out there signing names, signing autographs, shaking babies, and kissing hands. It was an absolutely beautiful thing. But stick around at the end of the night. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more photo opportunities, autographs to be had by some of the best in the business, including our MSA 360s and the World of Outlaw 410 Winged Outlaw Sprint Cars in the house tonight. Sniffers rolled back there in the concourse area. There are trailers with every type of swag you could possibly imagine. And of course, the concessions here, I challenge any track to stand up to some of the stuff that we've got. Grilled cheeseburgers, steak sandwiches, you can't argue with that. Stay hydrated. If you walk out of here thirsty or hungry, that's your fault. You have got to be checking out our concessions. Hot, easy, cold treats for everybody here at PDTR. Big events coming up this year. Do not forget. Miss out of the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Car Series, the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, and the PDTR MSA 360s. That's going to be right here on June 21st. But if you could pick those tickets up before June 10th, time's running out. Or you can get your QR code redeemable for $15 off a Sunday ticket for the NTT IndyCar XPEL Grand Prix at Road America. 2 great race events in one weekend. Mark your calendars. Wait the kids, phone the neighbors, bring in the dog, put out the cat, and tell the milkman no more cheese. It's going to be that weekend right here at PDTR. Two of the highest decorated veterans of the 360 Sprint Cars are the top 2 out of Group 2. Hollywood Kurt Davis, fastest out of our second heat, laying down a 13.059. The geezer Lance Fosbender hot on his heels with a 13.212. Chris Clayton third quick. Tristan first at fourth fast. Brady Porchy coming in fifth quick, followed by Eric Wilkie and Tony Wondra, your 7 cars out of heat race number 2. And again, we invert the top 4. So take those high speeds, invert them, and that's where they'll start in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3 going to be coming out for their qualifying effort now with the Great Auto MSA 360s. And lining up is going to be Kevin Karnitz out of West Bend, Wisconsin in the 63K. Stephen Rue out of New Holstein in car number 46. And back behind the wheel tonight in car number 53A out of Sheboygan Falls, Wisconsin. You might want to call them the founder of the feast for our PDTR 360s. Spider Ake right behind the wheel of that 53A. Joseph Hintz already got a feature event win this season out of Burnett, Wisconsin in the 14J. J.J. Pagel out of Mount Calvary, Wisconsin in the 12P. Alex Pekorski back behind the wheel of car number 4 out of West Bend. And the Muffin Man Tyler Davis out of Franklin, Wisconsin in the 60AT. That's heat race number 3 for our Akeroyd Auto PDTR 360s. Big shout out on the backstretch to the veteran voice of Plymouth Dirt Track, the encyclopedia of PDTR, the man that has forgotten more about racing here than most of us will ever know. My counterpart on my weekend activities here, George Bauman in the backstretch, sitting out there with my lovely wife, Heather. Thank you for making the trip. Beth, our stepdaughter, glad to have her here. 50-50 ticket sales reps are right down front. You can see them. Hi, ladies. How are you? They are working very, very hard to bring those tickets to you. So you work hard, be polite to them, and the more tickets you buy, the better your chances are to win. Who doesn't want free money? Come on. Everybody wants free money. So buy them up, keep them busy. They're walking through the stands. They're not doing it just because they're pretty. They're out there to make sure you get your tickets to check a little bit later tonight, and we will hand you that wad of cash if you have the winning ticket. High class Steve Crass on top of the Hop Farms. Crow's Nest on the front stretch. Dean and Stacy, they are here in person tonight. The king and queen of the dirt scene and our trophy sponsors this evening from Hop Farms. Great to see Stacy. You look absolutely beautiful, dear, after everything that you have gone through. It is wonderful to see you. And Dean, it is awesome to see that the weight your wife has lost, you have found. You look fantastic, my friend. Great to see those smiles back here at the track. And of course, if you see Dean and Stacy out later, give her a big hug. And it is just awesome to have royalty back here where they belong at PDTR, and of course our proud sponsors of the Hop Farms Bullring Showdown, the series within a series, and our Hop Farms Crow's Nest. Steve Crass calling the shots up there with the flags in his hand for our Akerite Auto 360s here tonight. Ready to wind them up and turn them loose. Heat race number 3 on the track. Track record here at PDTR in the low 12s. We are not going to hit that this evening, but out of heat race number 3, Alex Pekorski, your fastest car with a 13.068. Tyler Davis, second quick. Spider Akerite, third fast, followed by Joseph Hintz, fourth quick. JJ Pagel, fifth fast, and Stephen Rue, your sixth fastest car for heat race number 2. And of course, we invert those top 4 cars going into our heat races.
So that will wrap up practice and qualifying. Honest Abe Roofing qualifying for the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, and practice and qualifying for the 360s as well. Opening ceremonies coming up here in just a bit. We'll have that for you right here on DIRTVision after this quick break.